What's going on YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Batman Superman World's Finest, issue number 8. This one's written by Mark Waid, with art, of course, by Dan Mora. And this one picks up after the events of the previous issue, as they state here. It is part 2, or chapter 2, of Strange's Visitor. God, I love the text here. You know what else I love? I love Dan Mora's artwork. Everything this guy draws just looks absolutely magnificent. It's perfectly suited for the tone and style of this more classically aimed DC comic book. It's set in the past, and a lot of elements from it have carried over to the present, but it's so good to look at. I just love looking at every single panel. It's just glorious artwork, fits the tone perfectly, the writing is on point, and Batman Superman World's Finest has just been a very fun issue regardless. And they do acknowledge like one thing that kind of bugged me a little bit from a previous issue about how after like Dick got lost in the past, like they didn't really have him and Kara really have a conversation, and there is kind of acknowledgement of them having not talked yet, and hints that there's may have been some feelings between the two going on there. So I like the fact that they're kind of like setting the stage for that, and I'd be interested to see that kind of explored in a future issue somewhere. But basically, this one, it's about the kid David, who was found in the last issue from a parallel world, and accidents happen, and he ends up here. There's a villain known as the Key, who I'm not really all that familiar with, who can close all the doors in places, and people are basically locked into different places, and it's freaking them out, and it's like some psychic thing. But yeah, so everyone's locked in there. The design's kind of cool. Artwork is good. David is kind of learning to be a bit of a hero this time around. He's got Kara there as well to kind of help him out, and we get hints that like the accident that happened on his world may have even been, he may have had some responsibility in it, but he kind of ran away from the situation. He obviously feels guilt and horror for what happened, and survivor's guilt and all that from what his world, but there's still a mystery on it, and he's trying to step up and do the right thing and act a bit heroic. Blue Beetle also comes into the play for a quick little cameo. I thought that was nice. Some trippy visuals and an intriguing mystery has me curious to see where the story goes from here. And of course, there's that whole Dick and Kara thing going on in the back, and then the Joker's kind of playing a role in some capacity. Who knows exactly what it's all going to mean and like what happens next, but I will say this, Batman Superman World's Finest just continues to deliver in every single issue. Even like the weakest issue is still better than most of the other stuff going on at DC Comics. Like to me, this is a safe book where like every month I'm going to at least get something in terms of like good quality, whether it's the art or the writing itself. Like these are likable characters, and the way it's kind of handled, and like the villains in that just feels kind of classic, and it just feels good. Like when I read it, like you get certain books where you read it and you just kind of feel miserable reading it, but World's Finest, every time I read it, there's a nice big gooey smile on my face, and I'm glad it's around. I wish DC would have more books in terms of like quality and art like they do World's Finest. So there you go. Those are my quick thoughts on it. No real negatives or cons this time around. I just have been enjoying Batman Superman World's Finest. I also like seeing the art style of the Titans and all that. It's just good stuff. So yeah, that's it. Pretty short review because, well, there's not much to really critique because I think the story and everything about it has been pretty solid. So go check out World's Finest. Really good stuff. All right. Well, that's all I have to say. I got some more comic book reviews I got to catch up on. There's DC vs. Vampires All Out War, and then Dark Crisis, Young Justice, whatever, issue 5. Only one issue left in that thing. And then I will be all caught up for comic books this week, and then Black Adam comes out tomorrow. And yeah, so lots of fun stuff. All right, well, that's all I got to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.